Hi, I'm Symphoneers, and today we're taking a look at mono white lifegain. Just a quick little video on it because it was a cheap thing to craft after set release, basically. So traditionally, I'm not a very big fan of mono white lifegain because I don't like a Johnny's Pridemate, basically. I don't like waiting for the triggers to go burr, and also it is kind of a fundamentally, bad or new player trap card in the sense that it just gets chump blocked by 1/1s forever and then you die, or it dies to a Doomblade or whatever and you're sad. There are reasons why it is not a, super powerful, etc. card. I am a much, much bigger fan of a life gain card like Exemplar of Light because aside from, going burr, being a kind of Pridemate thing that grows and gets bigger, it is evasive, and it is a draw engine. It draws cards when it does the thing. The draw engine part in particular being really good. And with Edge of Eternities, we've gotten another kind of Exemplar of Light in Haliya. Haliya is Haliya? I don't know. Is a kind of soul sister, or gives us life gain triggers. And then also she has a gaffer step at the beginning of your end step. If you've gained 3, draw a card. So between Haliya and Exemplar, that gives us actually like a pretty good card advantage engine to back up what is traditionally not a deck with a lot of good card advantage engines. So that's nice. Also from Edge of Eternities, we're playing 4 Starfield Shepherds because I think the Tutor is neat. It's felt pretty reasonable in the couple of games I've gotten on this deck, just being able to selectively tutor for either like Bunny to get more life gain triggers and stuff, or hey, we already have a bunch of life gain triggers and stuff, get Novice Inspector for card advantage, or hey, I really want to hit 3 mana to play out Haliya or 4 to play out Exemplar or whatever, grab a Plains. Tutors are good and powerful, and it's a cheap uncommon and stuff, and has been good. And then the Warp is also just a body entering, which gives us life gain triggers and etc, etc. For interaction in the list, we are playing 4 Seam Rips. I've been pretty happy with Seam Rip so far, just because it can deal with a lot of cheap threats. And then also just random stuff like, I don't know, Prophet's Eidetic Memory or whatever. We're playing 4 Sheltered by Ghosts because it's very good in, like, against mono-red or something, and just gives us more life gain triggers again. And we're playing 4 Werefox Bodyguards because it is creature-based removal, so the ETB will probably get us life gain triggers. And then we can do cheeky stuff like using it to protect a Haliya, or, I don't know, slurp up a warped Starfield Shepherd and then sack it for a life gain trigger. And I haven't actually done a play like that before, but, like, it integrates into the deck nicely is the thing I'm getting at. We're playing 4 Essence Channelers in here, which I didn't really touch on. It's like Pridemate, but just strictly better. Oh, it's missing a point of toughness, yes, but the ability to get flying and vigilance, which we mostly enable with Fountain Port, is good, and then it can put its counters on a creature when it dies, which is also good. I already briefly touched on Novice Inspector, just playing it for, yeah, kind of card advantage and curve filling or the reasons. The mana base is pretty simple, just a few Fountain Ports, and I have a 1 of Adagia in here because I opened an Adagia, and I think it's a fun station land. I don't know. In Limited, anyway, that's where I've gotten the most play out of it. Copying cards, like copying an Exemplar of Light or something from this deck, for example, was just pretty good. I don't know if it's super necessary for Standard, so if you're, like, budget-minded, feel free to take it out. But it was reasonable, and, I don't know, thought it was a fun include. And that is more or less the deck. If you like the deck tech and like the video and etc., like, subscribe, helps the channel a lot. If you want to support the channel even more, you can support me on Patreon, you can become a YouTube member. If you're buying Magic cards, you can buy them through Card Trader using my link and code in the description. That'll get you 5% off, it'll get me a little kickback, and it matters more than you would think. All that rambling out of the way, let's get on to some actual gameplay. This hand is okay-ish. We can Seam Rip a thing on 1 if we need to. I don't play a thing on 1, so we vibe. We have Stupid Cat. Jonathan's Kitty. Then we can hold up a Werefox bodyguard. I guess we're against blue tempo. Prophetic memory draws the opponent a card. Yeah, we'll just do this. Hold up. Yeah, no, I feel like we hold up Seam Rip. Like, theoretically, we could hit Profts with it, but Profts is only relevant if they have a creature. If we do the Werefox bodyguard here and they have a counter spell, we can still get it with the Seam Rip. Yeah, we just get it. Cool. If they don't have counter magic or whatever, we can maybe start playing Exemplars. Do like a Sheltered by Ghosts on an Exemplar or something. We can crack the bodyguard for life gain theoretically. Combat tutorial. Opponent plays an island and plays a Plume Creed Escort at sorcery speed? Okay, sure. I guess to catch Profts triggers, which is reasonable, actually. Yeah, Sheltered by Ghosts. Eat the Plume Creed Escort. Bing Bong. Draw cards. Hinterland Sanctifier, sure. This will make playing out the other exemplars and stuff a little bit smoother or less finicky, although the Sheltered by Ghosts does that too. Another Prophetic memory. Yeah, that's part of why I didn't feel like seam ripping it was great either, because if you're playing one Prophet, you're probably playing at least 2 or 3. Maybe even 4, if as a treat, if you're feeling decadent. Bear Trap is weird hard removal in blue. Less, it's a weird include, but sure, it will kill stuff for 4 mana. We play a land. We Exemplar of Light. We draw cards or whatever. Adagia. Seam Rip the Mischievous Mystic. Go Bing Bong. And the opponent scoops. Yay! Kind of a off-meta mono blue tempo or whatever, but you know, I'll take it. They're still playing like counter magic and profts and stuff, but yeah, anyway, good games to the opponent. Keep, I guess. Keep, I guess. Just warp a Haliya. Normally I wouldn't warp for like a single point of life gain, but we do have 2 of them, so it can be a little bit kind of loosey-goosey or lazy or whatever, I feel like. Optimistic Scavenger for the opponent, which is sort of odd in Jeskai, maybe fine, I don't know. There is the good enchantment support in blue in particular. I guess it might be a Rooms deck. We could slurp up the Scavenger, but I think getting the visible Haliya down is maybe better. Entity Tracker, sure. That'll... yeah, this makes sense. Rooms and stuff might be what they're doing. That's a weird way to say the words. Rooms and or I don't know the red. The red is still confusing to me. We can just Exemplar. That doesn't take away the Entity Tracker, which is a little bit awkward, but maybe fine. Or like we could do just this. Werefox Bodyguard take the Entity Tracker because they're tapped out and stuff, and I don't know. I'm kind of only concerned about the card advantage. I think we weirdly can attack with Haliya here. Maybe that's greedy. Because if they have an instant speed enchantment that they have like trivial blocks all of a sudden. Pain for all, okay, sure. that will do a thing. Pain for All is a reason to play red. It makes sense now. We just Werefox Bodyguard to the big scavenger, right? Because it's scary. Life gain triggers. Werefox Bodyguard. I guess they're not tapped out, but yeah, I am just worried about giving them additional mana to do stuff with. Once again, they don't seem to have things that they can do at instant for red or blue mana, so do this stuff. I would like to get the exemplars down. The opponent curses something. Does curse... No, just shrinks Haliya? That's fine. The valuable part of... I mean, it's a little bit disingenuous to say, like, the physical stats don't matter, but the text in the text box is more important than the power and toughness. Yeah. Play a land. We can Werefox Bodyguard and stuff. I kind of want exemplars. Just get more card advantage happening. Our exemplars get very big very fast, which is good. We have the setup for them to go burr, which is helpful. No attacks here. Haliya gets us a Pride Mate. Consult the star charts. Opponent digs for another Pain for All, I guess. Dano. Yeah, just guessing. Gadwix doesn't copy a kicked. Consult the star chart, right? Oh, hi, Vivi. That's a thing. Vivi do go burr. So... Exemplar plus Werefox Bodyguard on Vivi? Try to kill him? Vivi adds mana, right? Only during your turn and only once per turn. Large Vivi. If they're tapped out, we're okay. Another Exemplar of Light. Life gain goes burr. Exemplars do stuff. Sorry, I'm gonna turn on auto order triggered abilities so we stop getting these prompts. Slurp up the Vivi. And we get a bunch more things. Life gain is stupid. Sorry, I should try to not shit talk the deck I'm currently playing. Just the, like, raw number of triggers it generates is kind of, silly. Grand entryway. So the opponent gets a bunch of card draw off of this. They might just hit, like, another VV naturally. They haven't been very interactive. I guess Pain for All is interaction. Pain for All is reasonably scary, but some Kieran on the thing to draw a bunch more cards. Agatha's Soul Cauldron. So yeah, there are VV enchantments. Basically, that's the like core thing. VV enchantments, Pain for All. Get a Pain for All on VV, deal a billion damage to stuff. They are, yeah, vibing slash dead on board. I don't know. Neat brew, interesting take. Once we understood what was happening, I was like, oh, okay. Interesting take on like a VV and or Enchantress deck, but we do just kind of life gain go burr them into the dirt. Good games to the opponent. This seems okay. It's a little bit weird or creature-like, but we can Essence Channeler on 2, and on 3 we can like Starfield Shepherd for a land, play a Seam Rip on a thing, you know, do stuff. Yeah. Hope that gets us somewhere. Blue-black. Collector's Vault Reanimator? We can just Sheltered by Ghosts this. Do we want to do that immediately? I kind of would like to develop with other stuff. Sorry, we can... No. We have line. We have play. Warp the Starfield Shepherd, get a Plains. Demonic Tutor for a Swamp, as you do. Seam Rip the Collector's Vault. There we go, that's the thing we do with the cards in hand. Yeah, the next turn we can do, like, I guess it depends on if we draw a land, but Pridemate plus Sheltered by Ghosts would be nice. Maybe we just Pridemate plus Inspector, the opponent stocks up. So we're definitely just, like, racing Reanimator or whatever. We do draw a land. I said that would be nice, but they have proceeded to not play anything for me to Sheltered by Ghosts. Maybe given that that's the case, we Novice Inspector draw a card. It's maybe slightly lower pressure, but okay. We can Starfield Shepherd for a bunny now, which is... I don't know if interesting is the right word, but like... gives us additional play compared to a traditional life gain deck. Opponent has the vault. I would like to play Jonathan's Meow Meow. Put the Sheltered by Ghosts on the Novice Inspector because it's our least valuable creature, just to kind of spread stuff out. Do we exile the treasure token? I mean, Zombifies 4 mana, so it doesn't really matter. Do this, gain some life. Sheltered by Ghosts, clang, clang, clang. I mean, we can give them the Sheltered by Ghosts and the Seam Rip if we want to deal with a Valgavoth. It's not great, though. Rakdos joins up happens. Okay, we could give them fish. I kind of like giving them fish. Do this. Eat Valgavoth. Yeah, it's annoying, but Sheltered by Ghosts. I mean, we could just do the Novice Inspector too. Sheltered by Ghosts and fish. And Seam Rip, because apply pressure. Who cares how many vaults they have at this point? I mean, it's the... I don't know, sure, just pick stuff. We do this, we go vroom vroom. The opponent goes to 4, we gain life. The Essence Channeler, the Fountain Port Fish giving the Essence Channeler flying thing is actually kind of relevant. Or like, that might be a thing that helps us push damage in this scenario. 5, 6... Okay. Ill-timed explosion. I think we scoop. We could theoretically play this out, but I don't want to. It's a waste of my time too. So we just go, okay, bye. Reanimator happens. I don't know, keep. Kind of a weird one. I guess we can do lifegain v lifegain. Or Haliya for fun? Question mark. Starfield Shepherd for Bunny. Play Haliya and Bunny? Or something. Voices of Victory. A bit of removal for that would be nice, especially if they have sack outlets or whatever. Hinterland Sanctifier. I don't know. Kind of want to, yeah, just warp the Starfield Shepherd. Grab other Bunny, I guess. Make the Haliya triggers easy. Get us a lot of life gain to stabilize with, depending on how much pressure they apply early. Mobilize stuff happens, life gain triggers happen. We go to 16. No creatures or whatever from the opponent. Play a Haliya. No life gain quite yet. Now we just do like Pride Mate, Bunny, or something like that. Lots of Haliyas. Little bit awkward, getting, you know, multiples of the legendary that you're playing. Bunny happens. At least our opponent's hand appears to be bad? Question mark? And or awkward? If they want to give me the Voices of Victory here, I think we take it. They do not. So we just get 3 damage for sort of free-ish. We have Large Cat. Powerful Cat doing powerful cat things, aka getting chump blocked by 1/1s. Play Fountain Port, play Starfield Shepherd, get Haliya's Gaffer Step enabled. Novice Inspector for card draw? Getting more like life gain stuff at this point feels a little bit redundant. Big Cat. I maybe am less inclined to do a Haliya attack here just because they could be like, multi-block with all the 1/1s or whatever, and Seam Rip. Seam Rip, not too shabby. Sephiroth, fuddly bubbly. I've been streaming for 5 hours. Which is long for me. And yeah. I'm having some kind of time. Do free blocks or whatever here. Block this. Sorry, what do you flip into? I do not remember. You do the thing that is the emblem. I don't know, this seems fine, honestly. Where like 2 of the things are gonna die anyway and they sacked a thing or whatever, right? The emblem is kind of scary in that emblems are scary in general, but yeah, I don't know. Forget about it. Sephiroth is 3 mana, too big for Seam Rip. Play a land. Play tap Fountain Port for a colorless play Essence Chandler. Just so we get life gain triggers going burr on our stupid cat and etc. Our very powerful and good cat that I definitely like. Exile the Voices of Victory. Play Novice Inspector. Things go burr. We wait for a couple of minutes for things to go burr. I really am... not to small indie company or whatever, but this would be so much less obnoxious if there was like some kind of fast animations thing or whatever. It's a shame that Wizards is a small company and Arena has only been around for, 6 years? 6 years at this point? 7? I think from the beta is 2018, right? I don't know. This stuff happens. It's fine. Haliya goes burr. Sephiroth is a spicy angel. And they get back to Bonnie. And they make a fish. And this is good. I love that for them. Love good fish. Sephiroth goes burr. They opt not... I don't think we chump block here. Go to 25. They opt not to sack fish. We just take the blocker away and kill them, right? Like we do... this. They're tapped out, so we go haha, and haha, and do a murder. Giant cat earning his keep this game, I guess. I don't know. Kind of a silly one, but good games to the opponent. Thank you for watching the video, and an extra big thank you to the Patreon patrons and YouTube members that help make these videos possible. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.